Hi, this is Sonia with Artsy Solutions, and today I want to show you how I made these faux metal tabs. And I got the ideas completely from Brenda of Belastaworks on YouTube, and I'll have a link in the description where she had some original tabs, you know, like these, but they were actual metal tabs. And someone had requested that she show how she made them. So what she did was she created a PDF file for all of us to have. So I took that and just kind of grunged up and added my own mixed media on some of these. And so here's some that have, these have like texture paste, alcohol inks, and other mixed media on them. And this is kind of like what they look like, you know, and then you can fold them over. And what I should have did was I should have folded them first and then did all my stuff, but it's fine. Some of these are going to be tabs and some of these are going to actually be what do you call it, hinges. I'm going to use these as hinges. Actually, as a matter of fact, these specific ones that I'm holding in my hand, I'm probably going to use as hinges in one of my some of my journals. And then these, I used a combination of oxide inks, some raw umber, what is this? The golden fluid acrylic, along with some of this matte medium. And I use just different mixed media on some of all of these. And I'll show you the process in a little bit. But you can see some of the texture on there. And then these right here, I had printed these out on craft cardstock as well as on some Dotac sticker paper, like transparent sticker paper. And because I was wanting the craft color to show through, but I also wanted to add alcohol inks. And so see, this is the craft cardstock, and then here's, you know, the Dotac sticker paper, the printable sticker paper. So, and then I added, you know, various alcohol inks on there. And you can see just different colors, like, you know, your reds and browns and yellows and oranges and all that. So I wanted to get different effects. And then I also printed them out on vellum. But I left these in the original colors. And this is what it'll look like. You'll get a sheet of, is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Is it 6 or 8? I think it's 6 of them. Yeah. You get a sheet of 6 of your tabs. So, and this is what they originally look like. But I liked it in this color, and especially since it was transparent, because I'm going to be doing some layouts with these. So, I can just add it to my arsenal of tabs. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I made these, but on my next video I'll show you what I made with these. So let me go ahead and show you my process. Okay, so I printed these out on different types of paper. I've done just your white, this is 110-pound cardstock, and I just love that the original look of it. You know, I like the shadows and the, you know, the way it picked up from the original look of the tabs. And then I've also printed it out on cardstock because I'm wanting to use them as tabs and also as like a hinge for like pages, like journal pages. And then I also printed these out on one of them on the thick vellum paper. This is translucent tracing paper, but it's laser and inkjet friendly. And that's what this one looks like. And the reason why I did that is because I wanted to see what it looked like over top of the brown. Well, that's not, well, no, this is the vellum. So Maybe over top of the white. I don't know. We'll see. And then the reason why I did the sticker one was I want to see. Let me see. Yeah, this is the right way. I want to see if over top of one of the brown one or the cardstock, I want to put alcohol inks over it, but I still want the brown to show through it. You know what I mean? So let me just see if I can line this up. Wish me luck, guys. Yes. So that you can still see the brown. But you can also add some color to it. So let's just go ahead and get straight into it. So, oh yeah, the sticker paper is the Dough Tack Transparent Premium Vinyl Sticker. It's for stickers, but well, we're going to make this a sticker slash perhaps hinge or tab or both. So yeah, because we're going to create using different mediums. So to start out, let me set these other ones and put the vellum one and the cardstock one over to the side. And we're going to play in some alcohol inks. And with the alcohol inks, hopefully you'll still be able to see your circles. If not, Brenda did mention to go ahead and have like a spare one already cut out, like with just like one side. I'm gonna just go ahead and do it with both sides. I'll just take one of these. I'm probably gonna be printing out some more anyway, so I can make like a bunch. These are some cool tabs right here. Man, I love these. And what's funny is, honestly, I was like looking for some tabs like hinges. And I was like, I really don't want to have to get them off of like a digital site or whatever. And I was like, well, I don't know of any that you can use that look like this, you know, for your page tabs. Like, let me just get a journal. Let me see if I can find a page. That's a good example. For time's sake, I'm just going to say this one, for example. Like one here and then one here. You know, just your hinges and stuff, you know. So, but that's the whole point of it. So that's what I want to do. Let me put this back up so I don't lose it. I have so many projects going on I haven't finished yet. But yeah, since I do like to mass make, this would be perfect to use in multiple journals, especially my Asylum journal. Yeah, because it has that vintage kind of look to it. So, we've got two of them. And what she did was she went on ahead and she took the hole punch. Let me get mine. And she punched the holes. Hold on, let me slide that back. And then she also punched a hole on these ends. See, See, mine isn't very big. This is as big as mine gets. So I guess it depends on how big your hole punch is. But, yeah, mine's not very big. So I'm just gonna cut it. But this right here is like your template, and it's going to help you see, like in case you paint over top of yours before you punch your holes, it'll help you see where your holes and things are, you know, after you've added your mixed media and things like that. So we're going to keep our template over here to the side so I don't lose it. So let's get started with some of this ink, this alcohol ink. Get another pair of gloves. I'm learning to just go ahead and just put some gloves on so I don't have to keep messing my hands up. And I'm going to use my little mini applicator felts. And in this case, I'm going to use some of these, let's see, like fall colors. This one is Valencia. And then this one, I can't see. Pinks, is it Sherbet? I can't see. Yeah. And then, of course, you know, I'm going to use my browns. We got some espresso. We have, I think this is butterscotch. What is this? Yeah, we have butterscotch. And what is this? I might even play in this little alcohol pearl smolder. And this kind of helps move the colors around. So we're just going to see. And I'm no rhyme or reason, I'm just going to drop some colors on here. And I should probably, let's see, what's my darkest color? Oh, that's eggplant. I might use that too. I usually don't use these, but since it is fall, I'm probably going to use colors that I don't typically use. Because if not, I'm probably not going to ever use them. Maybe a little bit of wild plum. So I'm going to put down some espresso. I'm just going to kind of dab it. And yes, you can still see the actual craft cardstock behind there so far. And that's what I really do like. I'm going to kind of play on this particular one first by itself. Okay, so we just got finished using espresso. Now I'm going to go in with some butterscotch. I want to kind of go in around like where the holes and things are. And just, well, I'm blending it, so. And then we're going to come in with some, what is this? Wild plum. We're just giving it some color. And I think I'm just going to let the colors just, like, however they fall, that's just how they fall and stick. And then we're going to come in with some eggplant. I'm gonna blend that in because it's kind of bright right now. And then I'm going to take some of this pearl smolder and see what it does. And I'm going to pick it up and let it run. And, well, I'm going to spritz a little bit of water. I know you could use alcohol, but I'm going to see what it does with water. It becomes sticky and kind of grungy. I'm not real thrilled with that one. We'll take some of this Valencia. Let's see. Yeah, it looks more like a leaf than it does. Yeah, well, I'm glad I practiced on that one. We're just going to leave that one alone. So we're going to come on over to this next one. Let's see, that's my alcohol pearl smolder. I don't think I'm going to use these colors in here. We're just going to stick to our, well, I might use Valencia, but because we have like our oranges, yellow, and browns, and then this smolder. So I might just take like just a dab of this. That was the Valencia, just to kind of put a hint of color in there. Then we're going to come back through with some of this butterscotch. Yeah. And then we're going to do some espresso. And then we're going to come in with this smolder. Just like a drop. And just let it do what it does. And let it spread. I'm just going to let that dry. And I'm just going to take some leftover colors. And I'm just going to I'm going to put the smolder first this time and see what we come up with. I'm just going to let this, set this to the side and just let it air dry. And then we're going to play with these. So, I probably am going to go ahead and punch the holes out of each one of these. I'm going to cut them out. Because, no, let me see something. I probably am going to, let me see something. I'm going to go ahead and cut them out. And I probably will go ahead and do the hole punch deal, because I'm going to be adding some mixed media on mine. I want to add some texture paste and, you know, just grit paste or something, you know, just to kind of give it that texture, because, you know, I have to be extra. I always have to have some texture on there. Especially if these are going to accent my pages, so I can't help myself. I might make one or two that don't have the texture on there. I might just, yeah, let's see. I'm probably going to print a whole other page, and then we're going to have a bunch of different tabs, because I can't help myself. Okay, so I decided I was going to go ahead and I cut out the first sheet, and I did print out another sheet because I'm going to be doing something slightly different with it. Now, these are the ones that I'm going to be adding some mixed media to. So I decided to go ahead and distress them with some of this brown Vintage Photo Distress Oxide ink pad. And we're going to be adding some mixed media to it, some like texture paste, crackles, stuff like that on these. So I wanted to go ahead and get these done first. And so these are going to have the textures. These won't have the texture. And then we're going to have our, these are still drying. They look kind of funky right now, but when they dry, we'll do something with them. So, okay. So what I'm going to do first to make sure that these colors stay in, with this being Vintage Photo, this is not like a permanent ink. I want to take some of this Rave hairspray, and I'm just going to spray it just so that the colors will stay in whenever we add the mixed media. Hope I didn't add too much, but anyway. So we're going to dry that. And then I'm going to take some of this super heavy gel. It's Gloss Super Heavy Gel by Liquitex. And I guess it's still some good. Golly, I've had this for years. And I'm just going to take like a dab and just kind of go over it, the whole thing. And it'll give it like a glossy finish, but it'll also seal in those colors along with the Rave hairspray. And I feel like it'll make this more sturdy. I don't know. Sometimes when you add glue or like Mod Podge or some type of sealant, it makes your paper more sturdy. So especially if I'm going to be using this as a hinge and I'm going to be opening and closing the page, I definitely need that middle part to be sturdy. But now if I'm just using it as a tab, it might not need as much, because I won't be like bending it and folding it and stuff like that. So it'll just maintain its original shape, but it still wouldn't hurt to make sure it's secure. As a matter of fact, I just now thought about it. It's probably optional, but I'm putting a little bit back here too, like in the center area where this folds, so that can dry too. I need to put just a little dab. Okay, so these are dry now, and I'm just gonna add some of this Master's Touch modeling paste that I've also had for years. I'm surprised I didn't dry it. I'm just gonna take a spatula and then just randomly just put like a thin, I'm just gonna put like a thin coat over some of it, just so it can, you know, just so it has texture, you know. No rhyme or reason. No one, they're not gonna all have the texture paste in the exact same spot. I'm just putting them in different spots. I'm trying to stay away from the holes. Okay, so we're gonna let that air dry. And while that's air drying, we're gonna start on our, what you call it? Our other ones that are not gonna get, like, you know, mixed media and stuff like that. That's good. So now we're just gonna, let's see what color to, I'm still gonna put a little bit of brown on this, but I'm gonna also use, some blue, a little bit of yellow, red, just to give it that, you know, like that grungy, rusty look. We have black, brown, okay, so the ones that already have, let me take this off. I'm gonna do my light colors first, which is like my yellow, and then blue. And I'm just gonna randomly just put some colors on here. And we're gonna do our blue. And before I put my red on, I'm gonna spray this and dry it. Okay, so I dried that. So now we're gonna add our red. Okay. Then we're gonna add brown. And then I'm going to do the black after I cut it all out. So I'm going to cut it out. And actually before I cut it out, I'm going to take my black Posca marker and just kind of go around the openings to highlight it. And I'm even going to go around the part, or the whole tab. I'm going to do each one of these like this, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so now I'm going to take my emboss it pen, and I'm just going to add some like dots. And I'm also going to kind of go around the opening. And I'm going to take some clear detail embossing powder. Super fine. And I'm going to emboss these. And then I want to take just a hint of some of this blue, what is this? Speckled egg. And I'm going to add just a little bit of it. Just some, you know, hints of color in different places. Okay, so I'm now going to cut each one of these out, and then I'm going to go over it with the black distress ink. Okay, so we have these, but I feel like they're still missing something. So, and also these are now dry. So I'm gonna, let me move these out of the way. I'm gonna use some alcohol inks on these. Let me get my gloves back out. And let's see, which one was used? Okay, that one was used. And then we're going to start playing around. But I'm just going to use probably like I did earlier, just some darker colors like what I used on these right here. And these are almost dry, but there's still a little bit left that's not 100% where I want it to be. And then we still have our vellum, but I can use my vellum for something else. For like a layout, actually. But in the meantime, we're just going to take, I think I'm going to start with this butterscotch. And I'm just going to kind of go around like where the texture paste is. And I kind of do want these to look similar as far as in color, because these are going to be the hinges, so I do need my hinges to look similar to each other. And I'm making sure I go around the corners, like where the holes and things like that are, because it makes it darker. And I like this butterscotch because it's not too overwhelmingly dark. But I'm still going to come back through with that espresso. Okay, so we've got those. I'm going to let that dry. And while those are drying, I want to come back over, let me just move these. I'm going to come back over these using some golden fluid acrylic raw umber. And then I'm going to use some of this Liquitex Basics matte fluid medium. There's a difference. And then we're going to be using a baby wipe. I'm going to mix the matte medium with just like a couple of drops of the raw umber, or maybe about 3 or 4 drops. And then we're going to mix the colors together. And then I'm just going to run over top of this. And basically this is just going to give it a hint of that vintage hue or color or whatever. If I can get it. And it kind of helps it to where this doesn't look so fake, so much like paper drawn, and you know, it'll kind of help it look more like real hinges or tabs, or you know, it's not so fake papery looking. I mean, it's going to look more papery looking than those other ones, but yeah, because when I added that Posca marker to it, that's what kind of made it look papery fake, if that makes any sense. And usually I come back through and take a wipe to pick up the colors, but I think I'm just going to leave this color. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. I don't know if it shows a little bit different in my light than it does in the camera. It's not really doing it justice. But yeah, I was going to come back through with with a baby wipe and pick up some of those colors, but I'm just going to leave those on there. Especially with that dabbed texture. I'm just going to let it dry just like that. And as a matter of fact, I might even come in through and do 2 coats. We're going to let this dry first, and then I think I might come back through and do another coat and see what that looks like. Okay, so this is the first coat. You can see that good enough or not. And now I'm just going to come back through with the second coat. It looks darker in real life than what it does on camera, so I don't know. I guess it's just the way my light is. All right, I'm just going to mix this together. And I'm just going to come back through and add that second coat on. Well, I forgot to add these in there, so I'm going to cut these out because these are my little sticker ones, and I didn't get to show you how they turned out. And they are dry, and I'm just trying to make sure they're not leaving any, there's no residue. There's actually no residue, believe it or not. So I'm going to cut these out, and I'm going to add these with these because I completely forgot all about these. And the way I did these was a little bit different than how I did those. Was, you know, I just went on ahead and cut them out as one unit. And I'm going to be punching the holes at the same time. So I'm going to actually fold the tab over and punch the holes and cut out the holes, you know. So I just folded it down and, you know, try to line it up on both sides so that they're even, you know. And I can still, I don't really need this, but I mean, it wouldn't hurt. Like this side, I can still see the holes, but on this side, like it's hard to see, like right there. So this is where that template would come in handy, you know. And it will let you know like where did I put my little, it will let you know like where to cut or punch your hole at on each side. You can also try to punch a hole on the end, but it doesn't really do me any good because my hole punch isn't as wide as that right there, so I just come in with the scissors. But come in, punch the hole on that one, and then I can see to punch the hole right here, and then I can see. You could also put a clip on there just to hold that in place if your hands aren't very sturdy. But I'm just going to come through. I'm going to move this because I can see where the lines are. And I'm just going to cut, you know, where the lines are. And if you feel like it's not good enough, you can fix it, or you can maybe even just take a Posca pen and then just kind of go around the edges. And you can do the same thing with the holes. Just take a Posca marker so you'll have that. So this is with the Posca marker. This is without the Posca marker. You can see the white in there. But, I mean, it's an easy fix. So I'm just going to finish cutting these out, and then I'll show you what they all look like. Okay, so this is what they each look like. We have our vellum, which is in its natural color. I didn't alter it whatsoever. All I did was just literally cut it out. But I like that because, like I said, I'm going to be using that for something else. And then we have our, the ones that we used the oxide inks on, and then came back through with the Rave hairspray. And then we added the raw umber, and the fluid acrylics. And then we have our the sticker ones, the ones with the craft card stock and the Dotex sticker paper. And I use the alcohol inks on those. And then these are the ones with the texture paste. And I've used the alcohol inks on those as well. So on my next video, I'll show you how I used these. So yeah, and make sure you, if you want this PDF file, make sure you check out Brenda's channel, Belasterworks, and I'll have a link in the description. And then check out how what she made with her original ones, and she'll have a link to show you all that stuff and how she made it. All right, so if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please check out my other videos, blog, and social media sites, and subscribe to my channel. And stay tuned for the upcoming video for this series of tabs. And thanks for watching.